Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here with our daily tarot reading. Today is Tuesday, August 1st, and my intention for the day is glow and flow. Glow and flow. I'm really feeling this sense of inner shine today, this morning. I'm really sensing our need to use that to kind of go with the flow today. So let's see what the cards tell us. Okay, so today I'm doing my regular daily spread of thinking, feeling, doing. And I shuffle the deck like I always do. And I am repeating my intention of glow and flow. I'm trying to send light into this deck. I'm trying to have visions of flow, visions of imbuing light, thinking about flow, glow and flow, repeating that in my head as I take some deep breaths, meditate on that and center myself, and do that with me for a couple moments while I finish off. Okay, so I have brought the deck from chaos into unity, and I am ready to draw. The first card that I draw in the thinking position is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Queen of Pentacles reversed in thinking, especially with the intention of glow and flow, is showing me that I may not be so tapped into the flow of my surroundings. I may not, or at least in my thoughts, in our thoughts, we may be struggling a little bit to connect ourselves to the outside. We may be having a lot of thoughts about how our ability to understand ourselves, especially in connection with nature, especially in connection with even just what we've set up around ourselves, that self-awareness may be elusive today, especially in our thoughts. It could hint that this could really be calling for the need to flow today. I think perhaps the glow part of my intention is what we're going to need to tap into. I think when she's upright, the Queen of Pentacles definitely glows for me. And that connection reversed is harder to come by. And so since this is thinking, I think it's saying that we may be unable, or it may be a challenge for us to connect with that outside sense of self, that outside authority, how we connect to the world around us. Let's keep going with the spread though and see if any of these other cards tell us how we can glow and flow. The second card in the feeling position is the King of Cups. Okay, so we have another authority figure, this time a king. He's upright though, so he is able to wield what he's wielding. He is in control of what he needs to control. In this case, it's cups. Cups in feeling is definitely appropriate. I think flow is hinted at once again because it's cups or water. The king, though, of cups in particular, does struggle maintaining his authority. He's able to do it, no question. He has success doing it. But there is a sense that in order to do that, in order for him to control the flow, control creativity, and to use that authoritatively, he has to kind of maybe have a sense of pragmatism about something that it's very difficult to be pragmatic about. Creative, emotional thrust and flow. That's a tough thing to wield and use authoritatively. So, but the king does not struggle with that. He doesn't. He ultimately is able to do that. So I want us to think about that. I want us to realize that maybe today we are going to be able to control our emotions, but we may be having to maybe tamp down our glow a little bit somewhere. And that's what I want answers with today. I'm hoping that this spread from here on out will help me find out how I can connect to the world around me, but also trust my authority, my ability to control my emotions and my thoughts. I want to imbue that authority with a sense of glowing. And maybe what that is if I'm in my power today, I'll be able to shine out. I'll be able to, if I'm in control, I can maybe tap in to some of that glow. But I think here we're saying we are in control of the flow. The King of Cups here is saying you're in control of the flow of your emotions at least. Maybe we're not connected to everything around us with the Queen reversed, of Pentacles reversed, but with the King of Cups here, we're in control. We're authoritative, and I like that. Let's see what the doing position says. In the doing position, the card that I draw is the reversed Three of Cups. The reversed Three of Cups in doing is kind of complicated here, but I'm going to approach it from one specific way. And that way is, I see in the Three of Cups reversed the tendency to go to extremes, excess in particular. Because we had the Queen of Pentacles reversed early in the spread, I think what that excessive doing might be is an excessive usage of our resources, an excessive engagement with some kind of harvest, something we've just accumulated, perhaps, engaging with that in excess. The way that I can turn that into a positive, though, because that may be a negative to some of you thinking, well, I don't want, if I'm being excessive, isn't that pushing something? Well, the way that I view the three, especially with the reading reversed, especially with the reading of excess, the interpretation of excessiveness, is kind of fun. I think engaging with excess, especially if that's what I'm being called to do, I think that there's something really exciting there. Because I'm already trusting myself, because I got the King of Cups, because I'm already trusting my ability to wield kind of passion and emotion today, I'm going to look at the Three of Cups reversed as saying the glow may be found in fun. The glow may be found in pushing boundaries of pleasure today. Maybe that's where the glow comes from. The king can enjoy pleasure. The king can engage in excess. They often did. I think that maybe that's how we do it. We trust our authority to control our emotions. But in order to connect to the world around us, we need to engage with the world around us. And the way to do that today, I think, is connecting with pushing the boundaries of pleasure. At least that's what I'm going to go with. But let's see if that is where we're guided to by the action spread of our Lenormand and see what our pair tells us about that. Okay, so I shuffle the deck as usual, repeating my intention of glow and flow, Really imbuing that in, taking a couple more moments to center, deep breaths, and let's do that together. Okay, so I've brought the deck from chaos back into unity. We are centered, we are glowing and flowing, and we are ready to draw our first card in the pair. The first card I draw is the cross. Okay, so maybe everything about excess needs to be reframed. That's okay. The cross here, the cross can represent burden. I think in this case, it's talking about duty. It's talking about responsibility. It could also be talking about ideology. But I think because we got 2 court cards already in this spread, I think we're talking about responsibility. Let's see the second card, though, almost right away so that I can inform the cross. Because the cross, without any context, is a little tough. So the second card I draw in my pair is the book. Okay, so that clarifies the cross here for me. Yesterday we were talking about engaging with our intellectual side. And here the book shows up to remind us of yesterday. I'm sure we learned something yesterday from engaging in our intellectual side. Whatever that was, we are now being called today to take action with that. And the way we're being called to take action with that intellectual learning, intellectual truth, the way we're being called to engage with that is by remembering how and deciding how we can use that intellectual approach, use what we learned, how we can use that responsibly, how we can use that to fulfill a sense of responsibility we have. We are, of course, responsible for something, and I'm sure you are too. Whatever that is today, whatever is calling for your pragmatism, whatever is calling for you to have authority over, whatever you have to do today, whatever you're responsible for today, whatever it is that is your duty, that's going to require the intellectual approach. That's going to require something you know. But the good news is it's something you already know. It's the knowledge you already have. But we are going to need to use that knowledge responsibly today. We're going to have to use that knowledge to maintain and utilize our authority. How does this glow and flow, though? How does using intellect to maintain responsibility and perform our duties? Well, I think it's going to tie into a balance with the 3 of Cups reversed. This idea that the King of Cups is powerful, the idea that he can control emotional flow, but that he needs that glow. He's craving the ability to glow. The 3 of Cups reversed is saying, engage and indulge in pleasure. Engage almost frivolously in excess. That balance is being called for strongly here. The only way that we can sustain authority over our flow, the only way that we can use intellect responsibly and fulfill our duties that we all just have, the only way to do that is to balance that out with a connection to the world around us that is deeper. And the best way to do that is to, at least today, at least with the Three of Cups reversed, today we can balance our need to be authoritative and in control of our flow with the glow that we will get from giving ourselves as much pleasure as possible. We need to provide pleasure and engage with it to ourselves today in order to sustain the authority of our emotional flow, in order to sustain the ability to wield and control and responsibly use our intellect and emotions. The only way we'll have authority there is if we engage in pleasure today, if we engage in indulgence today, especially with nature, especially with the world around us, especially with our stuff. Engage in pleasure today, guys, and that's how you'll be strong. I'll see you tomorrow.